Today, we're going to be covering some amazing places to stay in Arizona. It's a great place to get away from the cold, but it's so much more than that. How's it going? Welcome to the Campendium YouTube channel, where it's our hope and our goal to provide you with the resources and the information to get out there and camp. And today we're going to be talking about Arizona. Arizona is one of those places that has some famous desert areas where people have been driving south, driving to Arizona so they can escape some of winter's chill and enjoy the warmer winters. Most of Arizona is typically an arid to semi-arid state. And so what that means when you get there is you're typically going to enjoy some nice sunny days. That doesn't mean that Arizona has a get out of snow free card. If you stay in Arizona long enough, it might just surprise you. Places up in the mountains like Flagstaff, Humphreys Peak, it's around 12,600 feet, get plenty of snow. But there is plenty of wintertime camping where you can enjoy that warmer weather. So all that to say, let's dive into some of these amazing places. And we'll start with the southern part of the state where it's going to be a little bit warmer for the winter. And first on our list is no surprise, the Gilbert Ray Campground. Stat Hunter said, "The beauty of this place was unexpected. We were from Michigan and it was like we were on another planet. You're camping in the middle of the beautiful desert Saguaro National Park." Layla said, 7 days wasn't enough. Clean campground with spacious spots. Number 2 on our list is Catalina State Park. Chapter 3 Travels says, "This is an excellent campground. It is surrounded by dramatic mountains, offers fantastic hiking trails, is convenient to everything Tucson has to offer." That brings us to Pikachu Peak State Park. Brian said, "Awesome hiking. The hike to the top of Pikachu Peak is epic. The campground is nice, well maintained, and the campsites are spread out." Let's move on to Twin Peaks, where Nathan says, "Easily the most beautiful place I've been in many, many months of moons. I would stay for weeks if the obligations of the outside world weren't calling us back." That brings us to Indian Bred Rocks with some unique rock formations. Leslie C. Photo said, "We arrived way after dark, so we didn't get to see till morning, and wow, it's a cool place. We will definitely be back here to explore." And next on our list is Lost Dutchman State Park, which is actually a pretty interesting story. But you can see that a lot of people really enjoy the view of the ridges from the campground. Now, we can't move on from southern Arizona until we talk about Quartzsite. Places like Dome Rock Mountain and Palm Canyon, just to name a couple of the places you can stay near Quartzsite. Quartzsite has one of the biggest gatherings of RVers than anywhere else. They come for the Quartzsite RV show and the Rock and Gem show. The RV masses swarm around this typically small town. Now, let's move up the state. On our way to northern Arizona, we have Cottonwood, and that's Dead Horse Ranch State Park. It's a much nicer park than the name would suggest. That brings us to one of the more popular boondocking areas, which is Loy Butte Road. Stat Hunter said, "We found our spot and were in awe over the views. The trip down the road was worth it." And that brings us to Prescott, which is where I grew up. There's places to camp around there like Lynx Lake. It's a small lake in the mountains just outside of town. There's also Watson Lake that's in the Granite Dells that makes for some great kayaking, some great hikes, and it's not too far from downtown, so you can go and see the charm of Prescott. Now, as we continue through the state, if you're gonna talk about Arizona, you have to look at the Grand Canyon. If you enjoy elk and deer joining you for your evening, then the Trailer Village is a great option for you. Or if you're looking for a little boondocking, there are nearby options on Forest 302 and Forest Road 688, just to name a couple. Now that we're talking about campgrounds in northern Arizona, you have to look at some of the campgrounds around Flagstaff, like the Pine Grove Campground or the Pine Flat Campground. There are also plenty of boondocking locations in the area. If you take the advice from Pleasant Surprise, they said, boondocking at its best along Forest Road 171. They also recommended checking out the lava cave that wasn't too far from that area. There are so many more amazing places to stay in Arizona. I'll put a link in the description to the blog post. We have an entire article dedicated to camping in Arizona. It's worth checking out. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and remember to stay safe out there and to keep exploring. We'll see you in the next video.